Hey everybody, sorry for my few weeks absence from my channel. Been a lot of things going on. Been trying to get school down pat, and I thought I had everything together, and sure enough I didn't. I guess nothing goes as planned, right? So lots happened in the last few weeks since I've been on my own channel. If you've been keeping up with me on my AFP Films channel, which is the cult with I don't know how to say the word. Anyways, I've talked about it several times in the past. It's just a shared channel with me and about 6 other people. Go figure, 7 days a week. First off, I was at the car wash one night and decided I would cut a turn too sharp and did about $1,500 worth of damage to my truck. So yeah, don't know where that's going to go. My brother works in a body shop, so he's going to officially look at it and tell me what needs to be done and how much it will actually cost to do it. But he said it could cost up to $1,500 depending on the amount of damage and resources that they have to put into the damage to fix it. And in the worst case scenario, they have to replace the bed, which he said will cost about $1,500 if you buy a new bed, which they do if you do it through insurance. We haven't filed anything on insurance yet because we're still waiting to get an estimate on how much it's going to cost to repair it. Anyway, just been going to school, just trying to get everything together. I've had kind of a rough week in the last few days. Had a friend pass away last week. Again, that seems to be a occurrence that's happened twice already that I've talked about on this channel. I don't know many details on this one. Nothing at all, actually. I just, about 3 o'clock last Friday morning, I got a text saying that my friend had passed away, and I didn't think a death could hit you as hard as it could, but this one's been a pretty big wake-up call and a pretty tough deal. Don't really want to talk about it too much. Anyway, if you watched my video yesterday, I talked a little bit about everything. Yesterday on AFP Films, we do theme weeks every couple of weeks. One of the things we're doing this week is called school, basically. That's all it is we talk about our school, and for those of us in college, there's not a whole lot to talk about when you go to school. You talk about your classes. You might have day classes where you're at class every day of the week. You might have night classes where you're in the class, 4 nights a week. You may not go on a Friday night, and my college is that way. They offer 2 Friday morning classes, but they do not offer Friday night classes due to this area being a large big football area is what I'm trying to say. It's just everybody here, they play football, or they have, sorry, I was getting messages trying to look at them. Anyway, they either play football or they have friends that play football or brothers that play football. The one girl we had a few years back would qualify as a sister playing football. That was kind of interesting. Anyway, and also yesterday in my video I talked a little bit about 9/11. And I thought that was kind of appropriate yesterday. It would have been more appropriate on Sunday if I had a chance to do a vlog on Sunday. But, I talked about 10 years ago, I was an 8-year-old third grader. I didn't know what was going on. My family had taken me to school already. My mom had been at work for a little while anyway. She worked in intensive care at our local hospital, and she was working a 12-hour shift. She'd been at work since about 5 o'clock, and my grandparents took me to school, acted like nothing was wrong that day. Well, I noticed, a little step up in security. The local sheriff's department had kind of been around, but where I live, there's an ammunition plant, like, right over there. Not even 2 miles from where I live. So, you know, they were on high alert there. Another thing I remember from that day, besides the kids being pulled out, I mean, kids were pulled out all day long. By the time my class was done that day, out of the 30 or 40 kids we had in that class, only 15 were there, maybe. 10, 15, something like that. But another thing I remember, I live 3 hours from 3 of the biggest international airports in this area. Actually, about 4 or 5 from another one. I live 3 hours from Dallas, Fort Worth, and Dallas Love International Airfields. I live 3 hours from Oklahoma City's Wiley Post. I live, and Will Rogers. I forgot about Will Rogers, too. There's 3 hours from 2 larger airports. I live 3 hours from Fort Smith, about 4 or 5 hours from Little Rock. There's always planes flying over. There's a small regional airport where I live. There are always planes flying over. You know, no planes that day except for one AWAC aerial surveillance plane due to this base. They were putting those planes up in the sky and flying them near large military and naval and, I'm just going to say, large installations across the country. And, you know, it wasn't until I was probably about 10 or 11 that I really understood what happened on 9/11. So, I'm going to jump off that subject because I learned yesterday these videos only upload from my iPhone up to 10 minutes because the video yesterday was actually like 10 and a half minutes and it didn't fully upload. It uploaded like 10 minutes and 1 second. Last thing I want to address on this channel, because I don't know if I got it on my other channel, we do have a Twitter, and I'll address this again next week in my video on AFP Films. It's twitter.com/AFP Films. I'm the moderator of the Twitter. We all have access to it. Me, Tasia, Megan, Althea, Sid, Etienne, and Tara. I don't think I missed anybody on that. Anyway, we all have access to the Twitter, but it was either Althea's or it was either Althea's or Tara's idea for the Twitter, but I was the one that inevitably created it, and I'm now moderator to that. We're trying to get our YouTube videos synced to our Twitter. I'm having some technical difficulties. I've not been able to access the Twitter on the computer at all. I've had to do everything off my iPhone. I had to set it up on my iPhone. I had to confirm the account on my iPhone. I've had to do everything for that Twitter on my iPhone. I've not been able to access it through the computer. I'm working on it. Hopefully, eventually, I can get to it on the computer and get all that stuff straightened out. And I'll keep holding this phone so darn low, but I'm walking around the house and I'm trying to think of stuff. I'm not even looking at my camera. Anyway, what else do I want to say? I'll put links to both our Twitter and our YouTube down in the links below. Go comment, like, subscribe to that channel. Go follow us on Twitter. You can keep up with us. Haven't posted a lot of tweets on it yet. Working on that. So, this was just supposed to be a short vlog, and yeah, here we go. 9 minutes and 20 seconds into the vlog, or at least that's what it says on my camera. So, anyway, I'm going to quit taking up y'all's life, and I'm sure all of y'all have something better to do than watch this video. Some of you may not. I doubt it, though. Y'all have something going on. You probably won't bother taking the time to watch this. So comment, like, subscribe to my channel. Seems to be the ending to every video I do. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.